In a quiet village, nestled among rolling green hills, lived a kind-hearted grandma. Her days were as gentle as the morning mist, filled with the simple joys of gardening and baking. But one stormy evening, as rain lashed against her window panes, a tiny desperate cry cut through the sound of the downpour. There, huddled beneath a dripping bush, was a pregnant cat, shivering and soaked to the bone. Her eyes, wide with fear and exhaustion, met the grandma's. Without a second thought, the grandma scooped up the frightened animal, wrapping her in a warm towel and bringing her into the safety of her home. She named her Luna. In the cozy cottage, Luna finally felt safe. The grandma prepared a soft bed for her by the fireplace and offered her a bowl of warm milk. Luna, weak but grateful, purred for the first time in what felt like an eternity. A few days later, with the grandma's gentle encouragement, Luna gave birth to a litter of beautiful squeaking kittens. They were all healthy and strong, except for the smallest one, a little orange tabby. He was so tiny, the grandma worried he might not make it. But he had a spark in his amber eyes, a fighting spirit that defied his size. She decided to call him Leo. As the weeks turned into months, the kittens grew under the watchful eyes of their mother and the loving care of the grandma. Leo, though still the smallest, was the most observant. He saw the faint scars on his mother's ears and the way she would sometimes flinch at sudden noises. He watched her stare out the window, her green eyes filled with a distant sadness as cars sped down the village road. He couldn't understand her pain completely, but he knew she had suffered. She had been cold, hungry, and alone, carrying him and his siblings through hardship. A powerful desire grew in his tiny heart. He wanted to give his mom the world, to erase all her past sorrows and replace them with pure joy. One sunny afternoon, Leo saw a shiny red sports car zoom past. His mother watched it, her gaze lingering long after it disappeared. In that moment, an audacious dream was born in Leo's mind. He would build his mom a car. Not just any car, but a magnificent, shiny red Ferrari, a chariot fit for a queen. He knew it seemed impossible, but his love for his mother was bigger than any obstacle. And so, his secret project began. His quest for materials started in the grandma's workshop. A forgotten bottle cap became a steering wheel. A scrap of polished tin transformed into a gleaming hood. He collected discarded buttons for wheels and colorful threads for seat upholstery. His tiny paws worked tirelessly, day and night. He'd push and pull pieces of metal far heavier than himself, his small frame trembling with effort. His siblings would playfully pounce on his carefully assembled parts, not understanding his grand vision. Some of the villagers who spotted him would chuckle. "Look at that little kitten," a man said one day. "Thinks he's building a car." A woman added, "How cute, but what a silly little thing." Their laughter echoed, but it didn't deter Leo. He would simply flatten his ears, narrow his amber eyes with determination, and get back to work. He was building more than just a car. He was building a monument to his mother's resilience and his own boundless love. The grandma, however, saw something different. She saw not a silly kitten, but a determined son with a heart full of devotion. She watched him struggle to connect two pieces of metal and would quietly offer a helping hand, her gentle fingers securing a wire or adding a dab of glue where his tiny paws couldn't reach. She found a small, discarded electric motor from an old toy and helped him install it. She even found a tiny piece of red satin fabric to make the seats look luxurious. She never said a word, but her knowing smiles and silent assistance were all the encouragement Leo needed. She understood that this little Ferrari was a symbol of hope, a testament to the idea that even the smallest creature can achieve great things when driven by love. Finally, after weeks of relentless effort, it was complete. Standing in the sunlit yard was a miniature masterpiece. It was a perfect shiny red Ferrari, complete with polished bottle cap wheels and a tiny purring motor. It wasn't just a toy. It was a promise fulfilled, a dream made real. Leo, filled with a mixture of pride and nervousness, pushed the little car out onto the lawn where his mother was basking in the afternoon sun. He nudged the controls, and the mini Ferrari slowly, almost silently, rolled towards her. Luna opened her eyes, her green gaze falling upon the incredible sight. She looked at the shiny red car, then at her tiny son standing beside it, his chest puffed out with pride. She saw the countless hours of effort, the unwavering determination, the immense love poured into every nut and bolt. Tears welled up in her eyes, not tears of sadness, but of overwhelming pride and joy. She gently licked Leo's head, a silent thank you that spoke volumes. With a little nudge from her son, she carefully settled into the driver's seat. It was a perfect fit. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the village, Luna took her first ride. The little electric motor hummed softly as she cruised around the garden, a gentle breeze ruffling her fur. For the first time, she wasn't a scared, homeless stray watching the world pass her by. She was a queen in her chariot, built by the love of her son. The grandma watched from her porch, a warm, proud smile on her face. The scene was a beautiful painting of love, persistence, and gratitude, a reminder that the greatest gifts don't come from a store, but are built from the heart. Love, in its purest form, can empower us to achieve the impossible, turning scrap metal and bottle caps into a chariot of dreams. Thank you so much for joining us on this heartwarming journey. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that celebrates the power of love and kindness. We'll see you in the next video.